There seems to be a great divide between those that are awake and conscious and those who refuse to see what is behind the surface. We live in a spiritual, energetic universe. This is the basis for everything. We know this is the basis because of what we learn in basic science, religion, and spiritual teachings. We also live in a universe where things have dualistic and sometimes multiple meanings at once. We live on a planet and an earth that is a school dressed up as a playground. The truth of the matter is, we have not been taught the importance of our history or life cycles, and those who control the planet have kept this away from us for centuries. This goes into nearly every aspect of our living lives, from our heroes, the ones we look up to, our athletes, our education, world events, health, food, and even entertainment. I know it sounds a bit unreal, but there are certain things in life we must look at. We are always forced to see things unfold because we hold people in the media very highly and with high regard. This was not done accidentally, as it was the objective of idol worship and false gods. My start of beginning to open up to the truth started years ago, around 2007, 2008, while I was pursuing music and entertainment endeavors in college, and I ultimately found out that Lucifer was the prince of music. Now, of course, I can't find the original source or documentation where I found it because this was over 10, almost 15 years ago, but best believe when I was into the information, I was very shocked. It threw me for a loop. Now, this may not seem real, but you can do your research, and I'll leave a little screenshot right here that goes into who he actually is and what his role was in heaven. I'll just give you some time to check it out. Now, after researching this and finding this out, this tore me both spiritually and ethically. Because of my battle with religion and spirituality as well as free will, I really didn't want to be a part of something that was slowly aiding to the destruction and distraction of humanity. I do have a disclaimer though. Once you get into this stuff, it can be very scary. You may lose your mind if you're not prepared to open your eye to the things happening around you. You will experience discomfort once you start getting into conspiracies and seeking truth. In order to prepare for truth, disconnect from yourself, and you will see. Now, this was just a start of my journey into this rabbit hole known as conspiracy theories. After digging deep years on top of years about the perceived attitudes towards the good and bad and the likes, I started getting into esoteric and metaphysics to really understand what these entities were, what they represented, what our energies were, etc., etc. Now, this can lead to an entire series just to explain, but just for now, I'm going to keep it simple and practical. This led me to wonder, who worships these entities and what do they get in return? Why did I look at this? Because my beliefs are nearly most, if not all, of everything on the planet Earth is interconnected. Things that are seen come from the things that are not seen, and history always repeats itself. That being said, deeper into the rabbit hole I go. So I found out that those people who worship these powerful entities are granted more wealth, power, and control than an ordinary person could fathom. The rules for them are a lot different because of their allegiance to be a part of something greater than themselves. It gets deeper. Since the emergence of secret societies, they have been noted to have been the reasons behind many things in the world, symbolisms in music, movies, etc. These secret societies have been around for centuries. They were made to hide in plain sight around the early to mid-1700s when Christianity and Catholicism were being forced upon the citizens and didn't allow them to practice anything else. Slavery, anyone? I wanted to be a part of a fraternity in college so that I could have these lifelong connections that would essentially allow me to skip the line in life because of my association. Once I was rejected, I also began looking into them. A long line of people that you love and look up to are a part of that same machine that plays a part in helping us to destroy ourselves. Now, before you spill all your orange juice on your smartphone or your TV or your laptop, hear me out for a second. There are 3 types of people in this world. There's type A, those who know. There's type B, those who want to know. And then there's type C, those who don't know or don't want to know. Now, there are subsectors of type A's, and these are the controllers. These are the people that pull the strings behind the scenes in secrecy. They know when things usually will happen on a global scale because they have the financial power to make things happen at that level. Right beneath the controllers are the antagonists. These are where all your favorite people you don't know reside. And when I say don't know, I mean you don't really know who they are. You just see an image of them on social media, television, or in the movies. These are your athletes, actors, directors, comedians, politicians, video game designers, etc., etc. These are those that are in support of the grand agenda. This agenda is to move you away from God and destroy your humanity through technology and entertainment. The last subsect of type A's are the resistance. We are composed of light workers, healers, journalists, YouTubers, podcasters, etc. We do the heavy lifting to hopefully effectuate change on the last 2 types of people. The second type, type B, are those that can be of great value. They are known as interests. They are interested in learning about what is really going on behind the scenes. They can be allies when nurtured properly. Moving on to type C. These are also broken into 2 groups. The first group is about the people that don't know about anything that is going on. These are the sheeple, as they are still asleep and not awakening to the reality of the things that are happening. And the other group is composed of ignorant realists. This is the most dangerous group here because you cannot convince them. They must learn the hard way. Stay away from them if you're trying to enlighten others. Now, I made this example because when we're dealing with conspiracies, there is a major hierarchy that exists. You see, we are all players on the grand scale in this game of life. And it really is a movie script that has already been written. The only thing is, we have been distracted for so long, we are not aware of what is really happening. When I started doing this research, prior to the information jump in 2012, sources were credible and informative. Now everybody thinks in terms of being cool, recognized, having social status, or woke, when most of the times those terms are furthest from the truth. But pardon my rant. Back to the secret societies. There's also a hierarchy system that is developed in that too, and not everybody is privy to the real information that the ones on the upper ups are aware of. What I'm saying is, we've been lied to for ages. We're still being lied to, and now they're just putting everything in our faces. Countless people we have adored over the years are all in it, either in a major or minor way. From Pythagoras to Beethoven to Einstein to Tesla to JFK to Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, down to our celebrities to the modern day Michael Jacksons and Kobe Bryants most recently. They were all, knowingly or unknowingly, a part of a deceptive agenda that was made to trick you into worshiping something other than God, the God that you are a part of, that is you. I will be doing a lot more writing and posting videos to illuminate some of these things and keep the flame going. But beware, the truth is scarier than fiction. Believe that, because it is true.